Welcome, everybody, to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the...
Welcome.
Oh, shit, I forgot to hit mute. Good job, Doug. Hosted by the three
ears, right?
Doug Medhen, Kevin Bradley, and, of course, Robert Haywood. Joining us today is Tyler Brookes, who hosts Geek Talk with Tyler. And you can find his stuff on Spotify, a link to the description below, as well as the Slab Lounge is fully caught up on Spotify. Again, a link to the description in the description down below. And Tyler, would you like to introduce yourself yet again?
Gladly. For those of you that don't know me, you're clearly missing out because I am a double podcast host. I do the Geek Talk with Tyler show. That is my baby, and that is on Sundays on Spotify. And I also do the Talk Geek with Tyler. Our first episode appeared last Tuesday. And this Tuesday, we're going to be talking about how to geek out on a budget.
Speaking of, now I'm going to talk nothing but comics. Because, Lord knows, now, we will bring up that, because Bobbert told me something, that they're remaking White Men Can't Jump. But let's open up with comics first, because I was listening to Tyler's interviewing Greg Weisman, because this episode just dropped, and I watched. I didn't watch the full bit, but I was surprised when he was talking about how, like, Gargoyles originally started out as a fucking comedy show. I was like, what?
Yeah, Disney, pretty much everything within the Disney afternoon lineup, more of a comedy-esque thing. You get Tailspin, your DuckTales, your Gummy Bears, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Bonkers, all these 90s Disney shows that are more comedic. Honestly, Gargoyles looks like it's straight out of the DCAU.
Right?
You know what? That is true. Like, I mean, the closest one that kind of went dark at that era was Darkwing Duck, and they were still kind of lighthearted with the villains.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and all of them are just parodies of already existing either Marvel or DC villains. We got Liquidator, who's basically Hydra Man, who's a dog. You have Quackerjack, who's kind of a love child between Toyman and Joker. We got who's the Dan Castellaneta rat?
I don't remember much of that TV series. The only thing I remember is that Launchpad was in it. There was a dark version. There was an evil version, Darkwing Duck, that still escapes my mind.
Negaduck. Yeah, Negaduck.
Yeah, Negaduck.
Yeah, and they had Gizmo.
Yeah. And I gotta say, what is Disney's obsession with ducks? We have DuckTales.
That's
we
something.
have Darkwing Duck. We have.
You had the Mighty Ducks hockey team, for God's sake. That was like.
Dude, that shit was so huge. I remember collecting the hockey puck toys from, like, Burger King.
You know, you're actually going to laugh at this. I actually got a submission from that show for my Tournament of Power episode.
What? Really?
Which one? At Goldwing? Like Wild Wing? Like who?
Nope, Lord Dragonus, actually.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. He's an 8-foot, breathing dinosaur dragon alien.
Oh, yeah, so, do you want to educate the Tournament of Power bit, or
Oh, I'd be happy to do so. Basically, it's picture the biggest sumo ring ever, and then multiply that to the size of a city. Like, let's say New York City, about that big. I'm probably spitballing. They never really estimate it. We're still trying to figure out the size, but basically, 8 teams of 8 different franchises are going to be duking it out, pushing each other from the ring, based on the Dragon Ball Super arc that happened all those years ago. Which, by the way, I hear it's getting a revival.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, you think that's the only thing getting a revival? Like, Berserk's coming back.
Hunter's coming back. Bleach is coming back.
Okay, Hunter never left. That nigga is always on hiatus.
Well, yeah, that's true. Everybody just kind of got used to him just not being done.
Dude, I have the picture of the hiatus chart with a graphical where it's blue boxes shows when they release a new one and red ones. It's mostly red. Like go through like 3, then it's red for like 2 years. And it's like he has assistants too. And it's like, hey, well, what are we doing? Nothing.
I heard one of the mangas.
Have you heard that Panty and Stocking are getting a reboot or a recontinuation?
Wait, what?
What?
You hear that Panty and Stocking are going to be continued?
I have no idea what that one is.
It was one of those Funimation songs that they made raunchier than they needed to be. Like Cramp Shin-chan, that needed to be raunchier for reasons.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
And so it's getting a reboot like on Crunchyroll?
I think Funimation just may take the helm on that all over again. Because,
it's probably going to be on Crunchyroll because like Sony is basically ending Funimation and merging it with what's left with Crunchyroll. Because like Sony owns both Funimation and Crunchyroll. They're just going to be merged now.
Yeah, they're still doing it because I just saw.
I never finished the whole Tournament of Power explanation.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So basically, I got 8 teams fighting against each other. The teams I have are DC and Marvel because I feel like that's necessary. Capcom, Hasbro, Disney, Shueisha, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. I've had some good picks, and I've had some really asinine ones. In fact, somebody just recommended Darkseid for this Tournament of Power.
Well, we talked about this too, because like Darkseid, his
you can't
true
use
form, like I forget the whole bit. It's like
it's in another dimensional
it's in another dimension. Oh yeah, because Captain knows as well. Like he can't if you kill his physical body, he'll end up reincarnating or something like that. Like
yeah,
can he really reincarnate if his entire universe is destroyed?
What?
But the universe where that physical body's at is not so easily just destroyed.
Okay, it's the rules of the Tournament of Power. You have to be fucking there. Like that's it. Point. Like you can't be in multiple places.
Yeah,
or be like
I mean, in
Naruto
essence,
sitting
that's
there.
true because technically he has to send an avatar no matter how that goes.
Yeah,
because he would need to be in that. It would be like if you suddenly tried to snatch Dormammu out of somewhere. He's got to be in some form. He can't just be floating around like he does sometimes.
We're leaning towards DCU Darkseid.
Right, you can't have like Galactus out here too, right? I mean,
well, that's another thing.
That's tricky because that's like it depends on. He looks different depending on who's looking at it.
Yeah, because Galactus doesn't have a universal form. You just see what your mind perceives of him. That's why people were up in arms on Galactus's form in Rise of the Silver Surfer and that second Fantastic Four movie. Before it got rebooted, I was kind of defending it because like.
Wait, which one? The one with Jessica Alba and Michael B. Jordan, or?
The one with Jessica Alba and like the dude who was in Nip Tuck. He played Dr. Doom. I was actually defending them because like technically speaking, Galactus is formless. What you see is what your mind perceives of him.
No, oh yeah, because they did that.
That nobody on the planet could perceive him at the time. They're just like,
yeah. Oh, they did that. They did the same shit with that Green Lantern with that yellow fucking like chaos.
Oh no, they just fucked that up.
No, they fucked that up. Parallax is something completely different.
They just screwed that whole everything up.
Yeah,
it's like here's a yellow smog. He didn't pass the smog test. Be afraid.
I'm surprised nobody chose like Mystique. Or was Mystique even on
the list? What's Mystique gonna do? Change to a different person? Like, what? Like,
well, think about it. If you're a shapeshifter, you say shapeshift. Like, say she infiltrates the DC team, and she infiltrates somebody who's still in the Tournament of Power. Like, say she transforms into Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman tries to get the drop on Superman, and then just kicks Superman out using some sort of reverse psychology thing.
Yeah, well, why do that? Why do that? If there's rubble, turn it to the rubble or the panel and let's sit there till the last person there and then push them out.
Yeah,
well, she can only transform into other Can't she only transform into other people?
Is it? Has it been established that? She's never tried it, right?
Wait, whoa. What?
Magic.
Wait, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I mean, based on that logic, she could transform into some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Well, because she's an Omega level mutant. I didn't know. I don't know as much Mystique. Captain knows. I'll just let him talk about that.
I had a different question, but I just.
Oh no! Go ahead with your question then. Go ahead with your question then.
Yeah. Well, my question was, considering how that works, when canonically there's crossovers, wouldn't that mean that there's certain characters who could be on a different team because they do know about the other crossovers thing and exist
We're only just
canonically?
talking about origin, like where the fuck they came from.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is original Homer team. This is not
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens used to be Cleveland Browns type of shit.
Well,
Like,
no, I was just wondering because I was like, technically, couldn't someone flip a team if they were like, "Hey, I've been over there. I'm officially over there. I could go over there now." And I just wanted.
Your question with that same question. Universe 6 and Universe 7 actually did have a little tournament, 5 people each team. Universe 6 had Botamo, Magetta, Frost, Kaba, and Hit, whereas Universe 7 had Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Boo, and the other guy whose name I'm skipping out on, Monaka.
Yeah.
But Boo fell asleep because he's too overpowerful.
Right.
And Piccolo really didn't even fight. He just forfeited because Vegeta basically made him.
Yeah.
So it's really Goku and Vegeta versus all these guys. But they have been to the 6th universe before, but they still fought for the 7th.
Yeah. Okay.
When like it's
yeah, it's a crossover, but they're still originally from the 7 because they still, in the end, they go back to their own universe. So if they end up going back to their own things, if it's a crossover, then they're back in their original.
So unless they were doing like a full switch, which they would have had to do before the tournament, okay, yeah, then that makes sense.
My thing with my
gods and angels would be from each universe.
My only thing-
I'm sorry, who's talking?
Oh, it's me. I was just saying my only solution for this thing where he's saying how can anyone cross over would be Hasbro because you can buy the toy, thus you can buy the mercenary.
wow.
Way out.
They're going to be fighting each other out. Do you really care about the logistics?
Logistics is all about war, baby.
Yeah, about how you defeat them, not how the fuck did I get here.
Well, logistics is all about how we get there and supply, right?
It's the plot.
All right, here's
it's
how we
the
get
main
there.
sentence.
We wanted all you to
Don't
fight
be
each
there,
other.
one way or
Everyone
another.
will be destroyed. Done.
Okay. Oh, that headbutt. You should have heard Captain K's rant on Mystique. That thing still resonates in my head. Talking about how Mystique was popping out babies. Babies. He was like, "Why are you popping out babies? What, were you trying to make a soccer team? What is this?" I die.
He's just you exist for that long, and then you keep having kids, but then you don't acknowledge your kids until some plot point is contributing, and then suddenly it's like, "Oh yeah, Mystique's the mom," and you're just like, "Why have we never talked about that? Why is that not a brought up thing?"
Because she's running for a politician's job, obviously.
What the-
Nation of Mystique are you talking about?
Oh, in our second episode of the Slab Lounge, right? We started talking about comics, and the subject of Mystique got brought up. Kevin went on this rant about Mystique and how because I originally questioned, because Mystique, her kids include Nightcrawler and Rogue, I think.
Well, to be fair,
adopted, but yeah.
Yeah, but then Kevin just went on this rant, and it was so fucking beautiful about how she kept popping out babies and how none of those kids went after her for child support.
Well, because she had taken other forms and lived other lives. Kids were born, they just weren't significant.
Wait, what?
How can you store someone who could change?
Waldo at Marvel. Where the fuck is she?
Exactly. She's the Carmen Sandiego. How can you serve her papers?
Yeah. You can't do it. And even at that point, she can transform into a man. So you can't even be like, "Oh, we're looking for the mom."
Right? She could be like, "I'm not your mommy, I'm your daddy now." That's who I am.
You can't.
And in 2022, that's even better now. That's better marketing now. Let's switch off of mommy and she's her daddy now. Or zaddy. She's everyone's zaddy.
What the fuck?
Gender fluid?
Wait, what?
Will I make her gender fluid?
Well,
Yes.
technically, yeah.
She does, because she's
She can
also
get
dating
elected.
Destiny. Well, I say dating. She's technically married to Destiny, which goes into the whole how old is she technically.
Dude, she could totally get elected in some parts of California and in New York City in a politician role. Like,
Oh,
my
yeah,
God,
no,
that's
there'd be no
true.
question.
dude, like in New York City, she's just out there macking with AOC and Cardi B. Looks
Well,
just
because
like them, kind of.
At this point, if you went up to her and asked her, like, hey, what do you as identify? She'd just be like, I got you. I'm everything. I got you.
Exactly. She's
I'm
up there.
all the things.
She's up there on the Supreme Court giving demonstrations. Like, what? Just because I have this penis, just takes it off because she could just do that, right?
Oh God.
What is her ethnicity, actually? I mean, I know she's blue, but where does she come from?
Eiffel 65, the planet.
Well, see, that's the problem, is because technically how old she is, that's a far trek back. And I don't even remember what the original popping up of her was. Because she's been around for a long time. So that's
why she could be like, hey, be careful. I'm the original carrier of syphilis. I got you. I got Ben Franklin too. Ask someone.
I don't know. It's just that's the one thing, is they never go far enough back to be like, she was born here and existed. They were just like, at some point, she was this, and then the gene kicked in, and then she lived like an extra 150 years, and we just don't talk about it. And then
So
she meets
people
up with the
that-
X-Men, you know, unless you're in the movies, in which case then she's roaming around Charles's mansion for some reason.
Oh my God, this is perfect. That way, I was just watching Quantum Leap. They can reboot Quantum Leap with Mystique as Scott Bakula.
Oh my God.
Who would own it then?
What?
Who would own it then?
I don't know.
Who owns? Wait, yeah, that's a good question. Because who owns
Quantum Leap.
Quantum
I
Leap?
think Paramount. I think
Paramount?
Paramount or Paramount.
Never mind.
But they go on a Sci-Fi Channel all the time.
But, well, if Paramount owns it, well, never mind. Yeah, because I was like, oh, that's... Oh, wait, no, because Disney won't give it. Disney's still trying to fight to get Spider-Man back under its roof, and Sony's just all like having none of that.
Oh no, they
Sony's
know
like,
better.
this is our only successful franchise we had in the movie. Like, we're holding on.
You know, as much shit as people give DC, at least they own all their characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
but except they just keep marketing Batman.
I mean, to be
They're
fair,
playing it
the
safe.
third best-selling comic of all time.
Well, yeah, I get that, but he's like the everyman archetype. Like he has no he doesn't have that much of a character. Because look, Spider-Man
Batman.
oozes personality. While he's saving the day, you know he's gonna be a dick about it. But like with Batman, he's just all gruff, hairy dad.
Well, they were
In fact,
okay with
as a
Wonder
matter of fact, now this, because this was like I canceled this pair because I couldn't really get very far with it because I was talking about like how like everybody shows up at Bruce's mansion. Terry McGinnis time travels. You see.
Well, no,
like,
I'm gonna stop you right there. Terry McGinnis doesn't time
well,
travel.
no, it's just the parody. 'Cause this was one of the parodies.
If anything, it was a time skip where we see Terry McGinnis being groomed into the new Batman because this guy murdered his father in front of his eyes.
Yeah,
And he is technically Bruce's biological son.
yeah. That being said, but like, humor me for a second. Like, you know, Terry shows up, then like Tim Drake shows up with his girlfriend, etc., etc. Bruce is all like, "Where are you guys going? We have to do night watch." And they're all, basically they all say the same thing. Bruce has no life, and he gets pissed. Tries to like gather some people together to go out and have a wild time to prove that he actually has like some form of a social life. Problem is, no one wants to hang out with him. In fact, he calls Aquaman up at one point, and Aquaman straight up hangs up on him before Bruce can say anything. Like, it was...
Yeah.
What issue is this?
Aquaman's not talking to you.
Yeah, so, like, the point that I'm trying to make is, like, you know, granted, you know, I'm not gonna deny Batman's
Uphill.
stellar record with a lot of people. To me, like, if you're gonna ask who do I like better, Bruce Wayne Batman or Terry McGinnis is gonna win out because at least he's like, fuck this, I'm gonna have some fun with my time, and he does. Whereas Batman is just gruff, hairy dad, no personality, just
So you're very much describing Terry McGinnis. If you're gonna say Batman, you gotta say which Batman.
Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis. He's gonna win out hands down.
There we go.
It's not because of the fucking suit neither. It's because Terry McGinnis actually has more character than Bruce Wayne.
Then again, he's in the future with a lot more cooler shit.
I don't think the time period really matters how much personality you have.
Well, not the personality though.
It could be swimming with personality. Don't believe me? Just ask Vandal Savage.
But Savage. But Bruce Wayne could have been normal if his parents weren't killed in front of him.
Superman
he had no kill because of Bill's kill.
If his planet didn't explode.
We don't give those exceptions.
Exactly.
No,
hey, we're going to completely look up an origin
if he hadn't been bald. What's your point?
It's like, look at Peter Parker. His Uncle Ben died. He's still nice. Quirky.
Yeah, I mean,
probably still be Spider-Man.
Nonsense, but at the same time, he'll just be like, "Oh, Ben, look at you. You look stupid." While he's saving the day, he'll actively piss off his rogues gallery, even though Spider-Man has a terrible rogues gallery. No matter how much you try to say otherwise.
Well, okay, what's terrible about it? I challenge that statement.
Okay, fine. Most of his rogues gallery is nature themed. I get that, but seriously, you can't. I mean, okay, there's the Green Goblin, who is supposed to be the answer to Marvel's answer to the Joker, but even though they kind of switched that up because Carnage was supposed to be the answer to the Joker then afterward for some reason. Shocker. I mean, the Shocker. The Shocker. The Shocker. Okay, I'm glad on the Shocker. Fair enough. Let's talk about the
Rhino,
Jackal.
Vulture.
Granted, the Jackal is famously introduced the Punisher into the Marvel universe, but that's the only thing he's ever done.
You have the Vulture,
and
the Rhino.
Well, I just talked about the Rhino. What the hell can he? I run. That's literally I run. Yeah, but
Look,
you can't, Doug. You can't pierce his suit. Yeah,
look, he's Juggernaut-like. Cut him some slack.
With a horn. He's horny. He's horny for destruction. For destruction.
For the record, and I will.
You can run for politician too.
I don't care if I'm saying this live on the air. Rhino is going to be used in one of our Marvel parodies. Because
is his horn gonna be on the lower side? That's what's happening. It's just turned into a porno. Rhino in a porno.
No,
I thought the Black Rhino's extinct though.
I mean, hell, you have Kraven the fucking Hunter, who might as well just be a nature guide for all you know. I mean, that's.
Yeah, he's going to be a nature guy in the Sony movies, apparently.
Oh, of course he is. At the very least, I'll say this much: Kraven the Hunter isn't necessarily a bad guy. He's just there are times where he straight up helped Spider-Man because they were people were after what was it, pet tiger or whatever. And
Lobo's no Superman on times, but he's still in his rogues gallery.
Yeah, he's still in the rogues gallery, but it's the whole because I don't know how true this is anymore because I stopped following along. Flash Thompson's Venom now, and he's paralyzed working for S.H.I.E.L.D., but Venom's still Venom. He's anti-hero, and they have butted heads, but they will still team up. But technically speaking, Venom's still in Spider-Man's rogues gallery.
I mean, based on, actually, as far as comic book movie goes, I would like to see a Kazar in the Savage Land movie. Seriously, get freaking, I don't know, who would be a good character for Sauron?
I haven't watched it. I don't remember any of the Kazars at all. God, I haven't.
You ever seen Tarzan?
Oh, yeah.
Tarzan in a jungle where instead of gorillas, they have dinosaurs. You're welcome.
Okay. But, well,
so it's like Turok.
Well, Turok was about a time-traveling Red Indian. I'd rather have Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
Wait,
Cadillacs and dinosaurs is infinitely more interesting.
Well, no, the Savage Lands are a jungle that take place in Antarctica.
Oh yeah, no, now I remember who you were talking about. Yeah, because they touched up on it in the 1992 X-Men animated cartoon when everybody lost their powers and I forgot about him, but he's still
Yeah. Wait. Hold up. I'm still trying to go over the fact that Arthur's an aardvark.
Where'd this come from?
Yeah, where'd that come? That is a weird left turn.
It just seems appropriate. We're talking about rhinos.
I said we talked about comics, and Arthur had a comic, but like that's still a weird left turn. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. I just remember you told me that a couple weeks ago, and I'm still shocked. It's still rolling.
Okay, fine.
It's rolling.
I will say this much about Kazar. He would kill. He would kill it in the male stripper category. If he were a male stripper, he would absolutely own it.
Oh, so he'll be in Magic Mike 4?
Well, maybe Mystique could own it. She could be anybody.
Well, yeah, that's Mystique. Oh wow, I want to see Mystique on acid. Just doing a hit of LSD. I want to see where she goes from
that
there.
Might be Eldritch horror level. She just starts cages stuff as she pleases.
So I hear they're bringing back the 1992 X-Men animated series, and they're actually going to keep moving forward after the series finale when Charles went into the Shi'ar to heal from whatever.
Wow.
Wait, they're bringing back Jubilee and Gambit?
While I am all for that, I hope they bring back some of the dumb sound effects they had. Remember how you had that one dude scream like ah.
Of course, you can't.
They don't get Danny DeVito as Mole Man coming up.
Wait, what?
They don't get Danny DeVito as Mole Man. I'm just gonna quit Marvel altogether.
Well, he's not doing anything. Danny DeVito.
He's busy with How I Met Your Mother. He's busy with It's Always Sunny.
Dude, that series ended.
Do you listen to the podcast? It's pretty interesting.
Sunny's over?
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended like the 13th or 14th season. That's why they're doing a podcast, and they're actually going back to each of the seasons with everyone except for Danny DeVito. But it's really interesting.
God.
If you listen to the podcast.
When did it end?
Like last year?
Oh, Jesus, I gotta watch the last episode because I was a big fan of the first 2 seasons.
Well, because everyone else was doing stuff. Charlie Day was doing more movies. Howard Glariton, he left that to do that dumbass Abbey Elementary School or Jack or Genius AP, whatever. And then Rob had his kid with the bird lady.
Dear God.
Name listed out on me.
Oh my God.
Caitlin Olsen. That's it.
I have some required watching to do, which is weird. Well, then again, Bird Girl came back with season 2, and I'm extremely happy.
Do you think Tom Brady would make a good Batman? Because he's no personality.
Nah, I mean Tom Brady. I don't know because he killed it as Action Bastard.
Well, no, that's John Cena. That's Peacemaker. Never mind.
I mean, honestly, DC really needs to back off the Batman shit. Seriously, get a freaking X the Demon movie.
Yes!
Well, they did a good Wonder Woman and Aquaman for the first one, and then the second one looks like all disasters. I don't know what's up with that.
I think
that is a Christian Wiig furry.
I think they'd do a good job if they did Dr. Fate or Constantine. Well, the first Constantine movie that came out was actually pretty decent. A lot of people don't like it. I don't know why.
I think his problem is DC relied too much on the CW to do their miniseries, and that was
those assholes.
Yeah.
Actually was getting all prepared up, and I was like, okay, I'm interested to see where this is going. We're not going to bring it back. Fuck you.
I just like of all the things that was so that was probably the sternest fuck you I've ever heard in a good while. It's just fuck you.
Because I actually did enjoy it. It needed some tweaking as a series, but I enjoyed where they were going with it. And then they're just like, no, it's not popular enough. After they kept shifting its time slot every other fucking week.
I mean,
that's what they do on the. That's what they do on the CW.
Wait, what were you saying, Tyler? Wait, what were you saying, Tyler?
They don't pay attention to time slots anymore. They're all going to end up on streaming services anyway.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
but the CW doesn't have a streaming service.
But
the streaming service. Wait, DC has their universe. Have anyone done that DC universe?
No, everything's moving to HBO Max. That's where Young Justice is.
the new Young Justice, right? Not this the was it the old one they had?
It's continuation.
Yeah.
Okay, the continuation with the Blue Beetle and all that and Superboy. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we talking about now?
Before, first Robert said that guy looks like the soup Nazi, even though that's Keith Shadish from Attack on Titan.
Oh, Attack on Titan. Yeah, I know Attack on Titan. I'm just saying.
You know that's the face he makes during sex. But
that's his vinegar strokes.
Before I continue on, I have something to show. Well, Tyler saw this image. Captain and Bobbert haven't. And this image is going to go in the fucking thumbnail. Bush.
That guy? Oh.
Oh, yes. I did see that.
Oh, my God. Doesn't that look fucking great?
So is this based on anything, or is this like an original work?
This is the original work. I'm not going to comment anything because we're recording right now. That's one of the things I might talk to you about. Because, for the record, Tyler he actually sent me some ideas. He texted me some ideas on what he wants to do with the Marvel parodies. Now, I haven't told him anything yet, nor will I tell anybody the premise because we're recording. Captain knows the parodies. Bobbert's going to be let in. Because if you want to change anything / add stuff, I'm all for it. And then there's, well, you three have seen this, but I'll show this off. There you go. That's it. Let's continue the talk of comic doom. Because, like, Bleach. For the record, I still hate Bleach. I actually did look at some wikis in terms of, like, the main events that happen with, like, the Quincy's, how Ichigo is apparently part Quincy. I don't even know what happened to the one dude with the arms, the Mexican dude. I don't even know if he's Mexican.
He became the heavyweight champion of the world in the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. He went into...
Bigger protagonist. He's half Quincy and half Hollow and half human.
Wow,
all the things.
Wow, just add half Latin in there, and you have all the colors
and he was
of the
all the
fucking rainbow.
experiment of
Jesus fucking Christ!
Aizen. It was all the experiment of Aizen.
A rare breed of Japanese that magically has orange hair.
Yeah. Oh, also Inoue, and he marries her and has a baby with her. So orange babies all around.
I mean, I guess that makes props to him. I mean,
I'm sorry. What did you call her? Inoue.
Inoue.
Her name is Orihime, dude.
Inoue Orihime. Inoue. That's her full name, right?
He's like, I'm not giving her proper name.
You
call her on a first name basis.
Right? Orange Princess, Orihime, right? Or Bird Princess.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm going to eat a loaf of bread for lunch.
Oh, man.
That thing, you read the manga. It took too long for them to continue, although it does explain all the Bankais and all this shit, and the Spirit King was kind of weird because he was just there for a minute.
He was just hanging out.
Yeah, and then afterwards, nothing. They don't explain anything.
What
it's like, okay.
Is why the hell was Kenpachi, like, Kenpachi was already fucking redonkulously strong, and why the hell did they give him a Bankai? He wasn't never supposed to talk to his goddamn sword.
And Kenpachi's the title for strongest. It's not his real name.
I don't care. It's still fucking Bleach, and it's still fucking stupid to me. But if you're gonna keep your characters, at least try to keep them consistent. He never communicated with his goddamn sword, and his sword was screaming in pain at his That's Ratsu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he eventually did it. He beat that one Quincy with the imagination powers, which was kind of Imba. Not as Imba as that LD50 dude.
Hang on. You're saying keep your characters consistent. Isn't Marvel basically doing the exact opposite of that?
Well, Marvel
says whatever.
Quo. Well, Marvel and DC, that's different. That's like the status quo, like what they did with The Simpsons when Kirk and Luann got back together, even though they were supposed to be divorced for the longest. Barney got off the bandwagon and started drinking again. It's the status quo thing.
But Hank Azaria doesn't have voice Apu anymore.
Because everybody else does it. I mean, remember when Thor was a guy? Yeah, it doesn't matter. He is a girl now. You remember when Iceman was straight? Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's gay now.
Oh, he is?
Oh, Iceman,
Yeah,
I
Erica
didn't
was
know
white. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's black now. Deal with it. These are changes.
Huh, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew the Nick Fury bit. I really didn't care much for that kind of shit. I didn't know Iceman's like, good on him, I guess.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
no, he is.
I guess technically Family Guy predicted that.
right? Yeah,
they
they
did.
did.
Yeah, that's like two things they predicted. The Iceman thing from Marvel Comics, and when they said when Bruce Jenner was an elegant young Dutch woman.
Huh. Well, okay. Obviously, my argument's gone to shit, so I'm just going to yield now.
I'm like, oh no.
Well, I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
well, can somebody get me a coffin then?
what?
Because the defense rests.
Yeah. Oh wow, the singers.
Like, okay, so you said they're gonna redo the Marvel cartoon show. Shouldn't they better do like 1 hour series on the Disney Plus of them that's living in the academy, but like with actual humans and drama?
Supposedly they're gonna talk about that in the upcoming Comic-Con bit. They're just really because like a lot, like the showrunners already said they're working on it, and it was just gonna be it's gonna continue on. Like I don't know if they haven't even said if any of the OG voice actors are coming back. So that's all up in the air.
No,
I
not
mean,
through the
didn't a lot of
cartoon.
them die?
Yes. So
how can they come back?
obviously they can use the Necronomicon. There's something. I don't know.
If they can use that to revive Rodney Dangerfield first, I miss his style of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerfield.
But that's why I
use
said
it
don't do the
hell, I'd use
cartoon.
it for Richard Pryor or Paul Mooney or Robin Williams or George Carlin. Oh God, I miss
Well,
that.
if Robin Williams is brought back to life, he may just kill himself again.
Yeah.
That's morbid to say, but it's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, I'm alive again. Oh, gotta kill myself.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you just made
Dark
it
humor
real.
aside, they haven't really said anything else other than what's going on with like I said, they'll say something at Comic-Con. That's all I know. That's the only thing I can.
but I'm
Because I
saying
came
don't
across
do the
it on my
cartoon.
Google News feed because I have it on my Google News feed.
I just realized something
saying
about that
instead of-
Strange movie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like instead of doing a cartoon, if they do a live action, they could do this dumb like CW dudes, do this drama at a school with powers. Hello, like you have these young kids on a Disney platform. You could milk this for like 5 years at least.
You can build.
Dude, you want to know? You
5
want
years out.
obscure? How about like? Does anybody remember Generation X?
Who, the slackers?
No, the TV show that was about mutants, though they can't use the term mutants, so they said Generation X.
Oh wait, that was on FX.
Oh, I know which. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that.
As long as we're talking Marvel, I just realized something about the Strange movie.
What's up?
Did you realize this whole thing started because of something some woman made up in her head, right?
The Strange movie or Marvel?
The Strange movie.
No, I didn't
No.
realize that.
I see my kids when I sleep. I need to get them. You've never had them. It's all made up in your head.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, some people tell that and they get locked away. Some other people tell that and they get right in a check. So
MCU presents a Karen with mystical powers.
yeah,
I mean,
craft grab.
it's true because she's the whole reason dealing with the mutant population currently in the comics. So
I mean, seriously, why didn't they just frickin' Rick and Morty that shit? They said, oh, hey, your other counterpart died, but the kids are still alive. You want to go over there? Yeah, okay. End.
it would work.
Yeah,
You've been fine.
pretty much.
But she's got a piece of the BBCs. Contextually speaking, it's bitch be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were saying you sold it to the British American Broadcasting System.
What the
That
hell?
bitch be crazy disease.
Well, I thought they do some
Technically,
weird
they're
ass
making
stuff.
Oh
connection.
my God! I forgot to say what the Slab Lounge is sponsored by. What the hell is the matter with me? So the Slab Lounge is sponsored by Mother Clucker Chicken. Try their all new American chicken tits, and by Count to Dracula. Blah! That said, let's continue on.
And hold on, I'm sorry. Did you say chicken tits?
Yes.
Chicken tits.
That's
So they finally did it. They finally gave nipples to chicken breasts.
yes.
Oh yeah, they don't have any. They should demand some of the next CBA chicken bargaining agreement.
Chicken marketing agreement. Oh God! Now we're gonna be talking about. Now we're gonna be bringing up the chicken wars and shit like that, like we did last time when we were talking
with
about
robot
like Picard
chicken
looking
with
for
the war?
pickles.
Oh no.
From the Colonel, chicken and tits.
Wait, what?
New from the Colonel, it's chicken and tits.
Sounds like a strip bar, like a titty bar that has really good chicken.
It's the one that took over Hooters.
Ooh, that was so in Florida for sure. At least in Tampa.
Anybody else feel like chicken and waffles?
Oh, I love real chicken and waffles. I met Sinbad there at the Pasadena Roscoe's once.
Dang.
No kidding.
No, I'm not. I met him there.
You know, it's funny where you meet people. When I did the Greg Wiseman interview, hashtag keep bitching gargoyles, everybody. He actually told me about the story of how he and Keith David met, and they're actually he was on a date with his wife at the time.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, I heard that on the podcast. I was gonna speaking of, how the hell did you score that? How the hell did you score Greg Wiseman?
I have connections, and let's just leave it at that.
Okay, what? They're not mafia related, are they?
Well, that depends. Do you like staying alive?
Ooh.
Yes.
Live from
Oh, there we go.
Okay then.
But for real, I do want to thank Marlene Sharp for introducing us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, was that part of your? Are they? Oh, those still part of your crew?
I really don't have a crew per se. I have regulars. In fact, next week I talked to an author who wrote about realistic dragons, if you can believe that, about her books in the Birth of Fae series. So I want to give a quick shout out to Danielle M. Orsino. And another one of my favorite regulars, who also did my logo, is Rickman of Rickman Art. He's going to be in my controversy, DC versus Marvel.
Ooh.
Okay. Speaking of, wait, go ahead.
So basically, I'm a one-man operation. I just like bringing people in.
Okay, but Robert, what kind of a sound was that?
Yeah.
No, I just came out of nowhere. It's like
I got a chicken bone in my throat. Sorry.
that was.
I mean, at least we now know what you do in your spare time.
I'm just out here choking chickens, and they're choking me. It's a two-way street.
Oh my God! Remember Rocco's Modern Life?
Oh, who
Yeah,
doesn't?
choking chicken.
The choking chicken.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
No, they also had a board game called Spank the Monkey.
Bake the monkey.
Oh yeah.
I just like that show, Racky Deli. I am the salami. I'm better than the cheese and bologna combined.
That was so weird. I think
Super
like they
weird.
made the Big Head son into a trans daughter.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, in the Netflix movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, man, I am dreading that live-action Avatar series they're going to be doing.
Wait,
It's
the
inevitable. Apparently, everything can exist as just an animation. We got to make it live action. We need to mention this M. Night Shyamalan garbage, the Dragon Ball Evolution nonsense, Wonder Woman 84, or the Mario Brothers movie.
Okay, no. The Mario Brothers movie was a cult classic.
Was it though?
It's one of those
No,
things.
but
You know what? I will get behind that, Robert, because like if
I would
you're gonna
rather
say
watch
like
that than the other
it's so
one.
bad it's good. Same goes with the first House of the Dead movie. Like it's just so
In my
bad.
logic, so does Teen Titans Go and Thundercats Roar.
Oh, okay. Now I'm kind of here.
You're like, now you pushed it. Oh no.
Yeah, I gotta go on the other side.
I'm not gonna.
Dragon
I'm
Ball
not gonna
GT.
get behind Titty.
So bad it's good.
Like
Well,
I
speak
call
about-
Teen Titans Go Titty Go because it's just it's easier to say in all honesty. But I'm not.
Yeah, I
getting
call
behind
it Pot Go. Because it's better when you're high.
But isn't it once again showing the indication of how DC keeps making bad decisions on who they decide to let run their shows or characters? I'm saying if they're going to do this, let's put it on the BBC. The British know how to do some weird ass shit.
The only thing I will say about Titty Go is that it does a good job trolling the Teen Titans fan base. It does a good job trolling that fan base. I have to give it that. I will give it that.
I mean, it did have some decent crossovers. They got the Turtles. They had the monsters from Space Jam. Freaking Freakazoid, if you can believe that.
Oh, yeah, they had Freakazoid. I heard about that.
They had LeBron James and Scooby-Doo once.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't acknowledge that.
I think they also have the Harlem Globetrotters, but they're like in every cartoon.
Oh, they just roam as they please.
They just show up like, hey.
So what exactly are the logics of Beast Boy's powers? In the original series, it was prehistoric animals and everyday animals. Now it's pretty much just anything. He actually turns into a female cow in Teen Titans Go.
Well,
yeah.
It kind of transitioned to just, if he can realize what that is, then he can do it. It's just like, oh, it's this thing. Okay, then I can do it.
Well, in Young Justice, they kind of expanded on it. Because there was this one creature that had like wings or whatever, while they were off-world, and he was like seriously like concentrating on its like body, etc., etc. It takes time for him to like turn into something unknown, because he did turn into the Ma'alafa'ak. It's like this Martian it's like this Martian demon myth thing, and the only way he knew about it was through his connection with McGann, Miss Martian. So like, I'm guessing he just needs time to like just transform into it, because they also did kind of expand on it in Teen Titans when the Doom Patrol was getting butt fucked. Beast Boy finally turned into a giant animal to save them, and he was like all proud. And while Mento was being a dick, Giganta, was it her name, Giganta?
No, that's the Wonder Woman villain.
Huh?
Giganta's the Wonder Woman villain.
What?
Giganta's the Wonder Woman villain.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. And who am I? Dinah. No, not Dinah.
No, it's funny how they brought Giganta in the Wonder Woman series, bringing freaking the ex of Dr. Psycho. And he goes into his ex-girlfriend's house. Giganta opens the door. Poison Ivy's like, how did this work? Sexually. And Psycho goes, not great! And then he says, why would I write hate speeches? I've been busy getting cunnilingus, my new boyfriend. And then you see him licking an ice cream cone and then just making it into a weird-ass shape. Poison Ivy's okay, call me. So if it's not you, who was it? And then turns out it was his son the whole time. Psycho and his son have a father-son moment. Mm-hmm. And Poison Ivy says, that's beautiful. I'm going to go find Chad. And Psycho's like, what?
Okay.
But by the way, who's excited for the season 3 of Harley Quinn?
Well, I mean, like, I'm still not gonna watch. I mean, okay. For the record, I'm glad Harley Quinn is still going on. The animators and artists get work. It's just that I tried watching it. I can't get behind it. I'd rather Young Justice season 5 happens, because the way season 4 ended was on such a good cliffhanger. I will give them that.
I mean, yeah, but maybe it was meant to be left as a cliffhanger.
Well,
if we're going to get a season 3 of Spectacular Spider-Man, what makes you think we're going to get a season 5 of Young Justice?
Well, Spectacular Spider-Man, that's different. Because this was around the time, because they were gearing up. So, for the record, Sony was gearing up for season 3. However, all that shit went to hell the second Disney finished buying out Marvel. When that happened, Disney basically said, okay, you still have the movie licenses, but we now own the animation bit, so guess what? Spectacular Spider-Man, yeah, we're canceling it. With Young Justice, that's also a different story, too. See, the thing is, for whatever reason, AT&T has been holding Young Justice, in particular, hostage for, like, the longest time. Especially with DC, when they were like, oh, if no one goes to our 5G event, I guess we'll sell DC away from Warner Brothers. It's that It's AT&T. It's just all it's just all AT&T. John Oliver said it best. Fuck AT&T. Business Daddy can go fuck itself. That's it. That's all AT&T.
Please, DC is the biggest cash cow Warner Brothers has to offer.
Right
you really
now,
think
yeah.
Let that down?
Well, I mean, it's not up to Warner Brothers. It's up to AT&T because they own Time Warner, and the company that owns Warner Brothers and DC. So it's really up to AT&T, and they're just leaving Young Justice in limbo, intentionally too. Because like I know for a fact, Greg Weisman has not heard anything whatsoever.
Do you think they ever do a show where it's like a psychiatrist's office or therapist's office, and Beast Boy's just there talking about the times he transferred to animals and he got raped by other animals that was in the wild?
What?
That they're going to talk about?
What is wrong with you?
What the fuck? Bobber, where is this coming from? Jesus.
Well, because you were talking about Beast Boy, and there's times where he has a new transformation sequence where he's not necessarily, it takes a while to change into it. I'm thinking, if it takes him a long time to change it to him, it might take a long time for him to change out of it. So I'm sure there was times where he just learned a new one. He's out in the forest with a bear or whatever. Here comes a hungry little alpha bear comes out.
Oh, whatever. Get out of here with that nonsense. Ew.
Sir, do bears actually practice homosexual tendencies?
Right?
Beast Boy?
Well, I mean,
think
like,
he does bestiality.
I don't know what the hell. Well, the Beast, he did. He fucked things up with Perdita in Young Justice. Still, I really hope Young Justice season 5 happens. But hey, at the very least, I'm curious to see where they go with the X-Men cartoon, because I still believe
the therapy show could work.
Well, I still believe X-Men ended on a in terms of like the whole Marvel animated series back in the 90s between X-Men, Fantastic Four, etc., etc. I think X-Men had the best left on the highest note, whereas Spider-Man just ended with that weird cliffhanger, just going like, "Hey, let's go find Mary Jane." I don't even remember how Hulk or any of that ended.
I mean, the Tick was pretty good as a cartoon.
You really think it's Marvel,
Yeah,
right?
but he got live action later.
I'm
still disappointed with what Amazon did to the Tick. The animated version of the Tick was still the funniest. The Fox live action one, it had its moments. It did have its moments where it made me laugh out loud, but like it's still 1994. Well, that's because I don't know if I think it's Ed something or other. I forgot the guy's name, but he helped write a lot of the episodes in both the animated version and the Fox
and the live
action one. I don't know if he had anything to do with
Amazon.
The Amazon one. I don't know if he had anything to do with that.
Well, it would be like 10 or 15 years later, right?
I mean, like,
is he still alive?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still kicking about. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
I
like
think we need to focus on other characters. I mean, I personally would like to see another Beast Wars series.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I personally would like to see another Beast Wars series. But instead of being on prehistoric Earth, why not an apocalyptic Earth where the only things that are left are the animals because the humans killed each other because, I don't know, let's just say racism?
Yes, that was great. I think Amazon could carry that. Honestly, I say if you wrote them a letter.
Well, wouldn't that be Hasbro's? Wouldn't that be
Hasbro's fault? Yeah, which is why Tiger Hawk serves as one of my contenders for the Tournament of Power episode.
Yeah.
But who does Hasbro's distribution for video or anime content, though?
Huh, that's actually good. Well, all the stuff on Netflix, is Transformers does that, and YouTube, a lot of the series is on Hasbro Plus.
Hasbro has a Hasbro Plus?
Yeah, everyone has a Plus, man.
Jesus Christ. Well, not
I got a Plus.
That
Except
thing died
HBO,
like
that has a
month in.
max.
That's a max. I have a Plus, Robert Plus.
Plus his life.
Well, the only Plus there is Disney Plus and Paramount Plus, and Hasbro.
Discovery Plus.
Oh, God.
Technically,
No.
Hulu still has
Yeah,
it.
but does anybody pay attention to Discovery Plus?
No.
Well, CNN has to because they took out their horrible.
Oh, yeah, nobody wanted that.
As long
Nobody
as you're
wanted
paying
that.
attention to things that don't need paying attention to, let's talk about Lunatics, that frickin' Looney Tunes superhero show.
What the fuck was that? I was like, why
Yeah.
did they do that? What in God's... Okay, For those who don't know
Money
what
grab?
Lunatics is, picture the Looney Tunes, right? But they have superpowers. Like, I think Daffy ran super fast or some shit like that, and Bugs Bunny was the leader of the team. And it was, they superheroed the fucking Looney Tunes when, what the fuck was wrong with those retards? Why did they think that could work? I was like,
And
what?
so we have because you like baby Looney Tunes, here's Seiya Looney Tunes. All they need is a freaking Ginyu Force pose.
I like the Looney Tunes show when there were just regular people in society.
Oh yeah, that nonsense.
That was funny.
That term, but Looney Tunes works as a gag. That's why it works great. It's just shtick with no logic or reason behind it.
Want no logic or reason behind it? I still say this. Fucking Animaniacs reboot never should have happened in the fucking first place. Because number one,
Well, isn't it a reboot if it's
I don't care how much flack I get from Pinky and the Brain made that show fantastic. And you know why I know that? Because those two carried that show on them. When they went off, they split off and did their own thing, and it was better. It stayed on longer than the fucking Animaniacs. The only reason why... The only reason... No. The only
carried
reason...
some of that weight.
Hey, the Three Pigeons were pretty good too.
Slapping here.
Nowhere near as good as Pinky and the Brain.
Anything where it left off?
What? Oh, yeah. The only reason why Pinky and the Brain died was because the executives wanted to add a third character, and they threw Elmira in there for no fucking reason and destroyed Acme
I
Labs.
remember.
Yeah, Elmira rules everything.
Elmira
Oh yeah,
ruined
because
that
we
fucker.
have teacher Looney Tunes now.
Is Elmira Elmer Fudd's
That's
daughter?
fine. Muppet Babies is
No, I think it's like anything. It's more like their proteges, like the who they look up to kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, that's fine. They,
Next one to take the mantle kind of a thing.
yeah, I mean, they did that before with Tiny Toons, and Tiny Toons was actually pretty good.
Tiny Toons Adventures. But is Elmira Elmer Fudd's daughter? It looks like
No.
it, right?
They never actually say whose daughter it is.
No,
She just
they're not.
exists.
It's
She
just
has
the one
a
they
nose.
look up to.
God,
They have
Elmira.
the same
I can
nose
still
and
like
eyes.
picture the whole "Ew" in the back of my fucking skull, and I'm just like, I want to strangle you so fucking much, you cunt. Wow, Doug, that
And it's
came out of
definitely
me.
one of Charlie Adler's better roles.
No,
I apologize
with her.
to everyone that felt offended. I have a strong hatred for Elmira, and I don't
felt.
usually. For the record, I don't break the C word out. I think the only other time I did that was when me and Captain K were talking about Quest during our Gundam debates.
Oh yes.
Wow,
So,
that really did come out of me.
Elmira-
Oh my god,
So
I
Elmira
apologize,
packed
everybody.
Up with Pepe Le Pew. Are they the most annoying people in the Looney Tunes world?
Pepe Le Pew's a fucking molester, dude. Fuck him.
That's what I'm saying. So is Elmira.
Well, technically, he wasn't a molester. He was just after that one cat because he was infatuated by her.
So he's more
He thought it was
stalker.
a skunk.
I heard
He's more stalker.
Yeah, I heard they tried to do something with Pepe Le Pew in the Space Jam movie, but it ended up turning into a deleted scene because
Yeah,
Because
everybody
wokeism
found
is
out
a thing
and was
now,
like,
and it
no.
ruins characters.
Wait, what happened?
Because wokeism is a thing, and it ruins classic characters.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it. Well, that's it. Well, okay. Since we're going this direction. Let me ask: have any of you actually said? Can any of you actually say classics still hold up? It doesn't matter if it's wokeism or not. Like for instance, I watched Dodgeball Wedding Crashers, and Anchorman. 2 of those movies still hold up for me. Anchorman and Waiting, but with a big asterisk. If you take the fag out when they say fag during the crotch game, then it still works. Because I don't wanna call someone a faggot. That's terrible. But like Wedding Crashers and Dodgeball are fucking awful. Like I watched them again. They're not funny. Even if you try to say, it's wokeism. It's really not. It's not funny. Like, Wedding Crashers just isn't funny. The Will Ferrell bit, that still holds up, because that part was funny as shit. But, like, it's just not... overall, it is not funny at all. Not at all. So it's all like you can try to use blame wokeism as a catalyst, but at the end of the day, you have to ask, what actually still holds up? I can honestly say Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, they hold up until they made Bugs and Daffy rivals. That's what killed any form of love I had for those characters, because they just went that route for no fucking reason whatsoever. I never liked Pepe Le Pew because he was just that weird guy. He was just that guy. I can still say Steve Urkel is a good character, because even though yes he was obsessed with Laura, he later on found Myra, he was more or less the character that made
Laura over Myra.
Crazy
That's
shit.
the problem. That's a problem. He should have stuck with Myra. Hotter, bigger tits, understandable.
I didn't realize that was a significant for any relationship. You know, I like you, but this one has bigger tits, so I'm going to go with this model.
Well, she also understood him more.
Yeah.
And didn't jerk him around. Like, overall was a way better character, but she wasn't getting paid as much as her Laura, so they had to make it work.
If Laura did that, he probably wouldn't be chasing her as much.
Honestly, who would you prefer more, Laura or Myra? I would go Myra any day of the fucking week.
Every day.
Yes.
Kind of short.
Yeah, she was a dork. She knows how to play the accordion, and she's really...
Nice lip, BSL, yeah.
A lot of times there always are bad relationships. Like freaking Naruto, they have what?
Oh god, don't even get me started with Naruto. Oh my god.
Oh, horrible.
Oh god.
And that's why he got Nikita.
I did do this one thing though with Naruto. Like I said this on a previous Slab Lounge. I'll gladly say it again. Originally it was supposed to be with Sakura, but since he ended up with Hinata, thank God he has somewhat of a fucking brain. They're in bed, they're fooling around. She's all like, "No, move it to the left. Hurry up, Naruto! Maybe I use a shadow clone jutsu." She turns on the light. She's like, "I'm done. I'm going home." Wait, Hinata! I did it again.
No, there's actually a meme about that. It's like, "Mom, why do you like Dad's shadow clone jutsu so much?" And then you just see her sipping tea.
I think Hinata's worse because she can see when she gets impregnated. She just uses her Bakugan and just sees the little swimmer swim up her uterine.
Oh god, what the fuck?
Jeez.
Oh god, and like, yeah. Speaking of, okay, if you say, okay, like I know that I'm reaching here, but like if you go up to Naruto, right, and you mention the name Sasuke, Naruto's sperm will just go in happiness.
The theory why Sasuke's not staying in the village.
Oh, I hate Sasuke. I hate so many characters in Naruto, though. But like Sasuke.
The thing about Naruto, if you look at it, almost all of it is about two guys loving each other.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And Freudian would have such a field day.
Oh, actually, they did a really funny comic cartoon on that. If you ever catch it.
Wait, what? Who did a funny cartoon now?
Geek Canon. If you ever want to catch it. The animation's really off-putting, but I think that was their intention anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, if you're talking, like, animation parodies, fucking... You can't beat Oni Cartoons' Dragon Balls P and the sequel Dragon Balls PP. Oh my god, that was... Those two were just great.
Alright, I raised you and I say Flash Kids Transformers.
Ooh. Yeah, I've seen that. That's horrible.
Okay. Oh yeah, but yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I guess wait
everything.
Oh god, man, I like this. I like how this, like, we started off with comics and then it evolved, and and we can both. Can we all raise our middle fingers to Eren? Fuck him.
Oh god.
Yeah. Fuck
Eren was the worst through most of Attack on Titan. Honestly,
for the record, like, this was during my Attack on Titan Let's Play. Obviously, I have to start back from scratch, and that's if I want to start back from scratch, because it means I have to talk to Eren again. But let it be known, I do not like Eren. I fucking hate Eren. Fuck him. In my Attack on Gossip animation, I made sure I gave Eren the worst of it. He had erectile dysfunction, and he tried everything to like make his dick work.
Stuffers.
That's kind of overkill.
Well, think about the name Aaron. Aaron sounds like the worst Karen there could be. Just like if you're dealing with a black Karen, you're fucked.
Yes, that is so true. That is so
He's the
fucking
level
true.
12 upgrade.
Oh God. Oh, fuck him. And again, I refuse to read the Attack on Titan manga, but that's because yes, I have done some soul searching. Begrudgingly, yes, I am an Attack on Titan fan, so I don't want to be spoiled by anything. I want to know I want to be surprised. That's actually kind of why I stopped reading. That's actually kind of why I stopped reading comics altogether, because I do genuinely want to be surprised. Except for with one exception, except Marvel, because I stopped reading comics during the Clone Saga and the what was his name, Onslaught Saga. Which, for the record, I still say Onslaught had potential. They just executed it very fucking poorly. Especially when it's revealed that Charles Xavier had a huge hard-on for Jean Grey, despite the fact that she knew him.
Yeah, that weirdness.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Well,
he knew her when
he's like
she
his
was a
parent.
fucking kid. What kind of an
That's super
asshole
weird.
are you? And why does he only do redheads? Think about it. Except for the Shi'ar princess, he had Moira McTaggart. They have a kid together with Proteus and Jean Grey. What is his obsession with redheads?
I mean, everyone's
all
got a
of them.
thing.
Wait, what?
Everyone's got a hobby, I suppose. I mean,
I guess.
And to be fair, if they use Patrick Stewart just like they used him in Star Trek, they can make Jean Grey her number one, and she's like, number one, make it so.
There was I said this joke back when I was in Arizona. I don't know if Captain remembers this one. I get up and I had to use I get up and then I was made a beeline for the bathroom. And in the back of my skull, I was like, number one, set course for the bathroom. Number two, prepare for it.
Yeah.
Fire on my mark now.
And Aaron. I don't think the B footage being Attack on Titan was a good idea because it really is invoking my. I promise I will stop dwelling on Aaron. I promise no more Aaron shitting. Other than the fact that his head is huge. Fuck him. I'm done. I'm done.
Look at his face. Nani, my daughter didn't make Cheer Squad? What? Who do I talk to? Him?
Oh, so, like, there's this... I gotta show you guys this fucking, like, JoJo fighting game that I've been paying attention... That, like, caught my eye. It looks pretty...
JoJo Bizarre?
Yeah, something like that. I forgot what it's called. I gotta go through my history, but I gotta show you guys that. Like, I'll probably do it off camera when I re-invite all of you. But, oh my god, like, it looks really fucking fantastic. Just like the, cause like, it's that, and like this combination of Street Fighter and Tekken that, this one game developer's putting out pretty soon. That and Final Vendetta, because Final Vendetta was the one I was telling you, Kevin, because it had David Hasselhoff in it as a DLC character. I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah.
Is he playing his guy in Knight Rider or?
I honestly don't remember. I gotta show you the video, and that's even my final video.
Is he SpongeBob, Knight Rider, Baywatch? Who knows?
Right? Or maybe a combination of all of them. Oh, that would be awesome. Night Bob SquarePants. Night Bob SquarePants Rider.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, we are coming close to time. That said, Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to, like, why don't we give you the send-off, seeing as how you are the guest?
Great, gladly. Check out my shows, Geek Talk with Tyler, as well as Talk Geek with Tyler. And if you want to support the love and content you have for my show, please visit this Patreon page. And check out the merch. We have legendary trucker hats, magnets, keychains, and we're looking to get beyond that. And if you have any suggestions for merchandise, I'm always open to it. But please, make it family friendly.
You heard him. Take care, everyone. Later on.